This It's On moment is brought to you by On Nicotine Pouches.
If you're just tuning in, we're on the first tee at Fairway Links, and Spencer is up last.
Steve, he's got to be feeling the heat. Everyone's had a monster drive so far.
No doubt, Sue. A hush falls over the foursome as Spencer brings his club back.
Oh, Steve, it looks like it's on.
Products for tobacco consumers 21 years of age or older. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Hello, this is the Auburn Light. I'm Mary. I give a conservative perspective about the world around me. So feedback is immensely important. Feel free to reach out to me and the sources provided for you. Alright, so some of the audio platforms I'm on, I'm on Speaker, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Castbox, just to name a few. Alright, so this episode is about the game Travel Town. Here we go.
I see the sunlight in your eyes so bright. Your touch ignites the endless fire inside. Our hearts collide like stars in the sky. This love feels eternal, we're flying high. We're lost in the heat of a summer embrace. Every beat of my heart aligns with your face. Passion flows like waves on the ocean's tide, and in this trance of love where dreams reside.
Okay, so I find it quite interesting with the game like Travel Town when they start to get in the aspects of influencers talking about the game. So initially I was interested in the game before before I'm not trying to, how that phrase says, I'm not really a trendy person. I'm more of a person that is up for, that's interested in what I'm interested in, and then leave the rest behind, and seek after what I'm actually interested in. And the phrase, you can all correct me about this, catching shade or something. I'm not trying to do anything like that. But it's initially what interests me in the game is that it had to do with like a seascape sort of aspects of a game. And so I think this goes with the theme for this summer that I'm doing with about the sea, beach, all kinds of different elements about the impact that the ocean life, being on the beach, and all of these aspects have the influence on modern life, modern culture, and how that changes and transitions with what people think about sea and ocean and fair life like that. So, hold on just a minute. All right, back to it. So, and I just find it quite interesting how these different aspects of ocean life translate and have different effects really on the culture. And so particularly with Travel Town, I find it quite interesting, and then I'll get into the facts about it, but I find it quite interesting is that when you go into the elements of it, it's all about a certain image that is thought about when people live in sea towns and so forth, and the type of imagery that is associated with people who live in these sort of towns, and it's usually centered around the aspects of youth and culture, youth and influence with that. So it was quite interesting that as this game got more and more popular and more people started downloading this game and everything, and with the aspects of that, they're going to get into the aspects of getting influencers into promoting this game. So when you get imagery with like Kyle Jenner and then all of these, hold on just a minute, baby, and Kylie Jenner, whatever their name, the Kardashian issues, you know what I'm saying? That has a certain rapport with saying, how they have it where you've reached a certain level in your notoriety if you have these sort of people associated with your product. And I guess that was the whole thought process behind having advertisement with her promoting the game. And so it's unfortunate that they had to go on the bandwagon too of not only having influencers promoting the product, but also doing the aspects of having like that. And I would equate this to essentially false advertisement, to have the aspects of having imagery that's not really associated with game, that doesn't go on in the game, and so forth, in order to get people to want to download the game. So, that's fascinating. That's interesting and stuff. But luckily, they understood that's not really the way to promote your game. If you want to stand above the rest, I mean, it's just one of those glitchy things that's free to download mobile game apps think that they need to do in order to spark people's attention spans into it. And I guess they're going along with the whole thought process of people having even shorter attention spans now with the aspects of social media and all of this. But I don't know. It's one of those things. Well, just stay. This is just from my point of view. Just stay in the range of people who are really interested in the game and who aren't flashing the pan people or flashy and no substance people. Because really, people who have that sort of mentality, they're just gonna go on to the next thing anyway. So why cater to that? So with all this said, I'm not just trying to focus in on the negative aspects. I'm just, even though I do enjoy the game, I'm just being quite honest about the things that I've seen and noticed about the aspects of this game and how that is influential into the concepts of what people think about this game and a cultural point of view from it. All right, so I also tend on to this to end on with my thoughts here. That when you get into the game, it has certain elements that is relatable to what actually goes on in real life. For instance, the cuisine that they have certain tapas food or drinks that are actually drinks from Spain, or drinks tapas, for instance, is a Spain dish. And I find it quite fascinating when there are games that relate to elements of the real world of how people, for instance, food. Food is a huge barrier in the aspects of saying culturally what people from that society find value into things. And it's a good, I guess, breaking the ice or iceberg, or melting the iceberg into getting relating to one another. And so the fact that they took the the due diligence to have a research team or to have people on the staff that are travelers or actually know about these aspects, or they took the time, even if the people on either the dev or the research team or marketing team or what have you, if they if they don't have that, they had the foresight to know that it's important to have this element into the game to give that quality guarantee. I would see it from that point of view, that they actually mean what they say. This is all about travel. This is all about seafair. This is all about the aspects of when you travel or when you go to seaside towns. Most of the time it's about the pleasures of luxury. And so that's a fine little touch to have that, because you get to learn a lot, with little tidbits like that. If you're interested in it sparks the interest in learning more about different cuisines from other countries and so forth. And that's a good segue into getting people interested in the aspects of cultural travel, or for the sake and case of traveling for food, from the cuisine point of view, want to enjoy good food and good fare and something like that. And so that, for the most, and I'll end it on this, that's what sea life is about for the most. It's all about enjoyment and good times. All right, so with this said, I'm going to end this segment of this show expelling on the facts of Travel Town. Here we go. All right, so here are just the facts, ma'am, about Travel Town. All right, so Travel Town is a match merge mobile game where players match similar items in order to create new ones. So as you work through the merge items, you begin to develop and beautify your own town. And as you make future progress, the game takes you through a variety of themed destinations. So the game was first launched in 2020 as ex-Woga developers, Magmatic Games, their first entry into casual, when they first entered into casual puzzle merges in the second space. After acquisitions by Moon Active in 2022, the game started scaling and is now the biggest merge game on mobile by monthly storage revenue in 2024, bringing in the realm of 117 million year to date. Now that's a lot. So this is up 231% as year over year from the merge factor, where they talking about the financial factors of all this. So Travel Town features over 500 fantastic objects through hundreds of levels, allowing players to freely drag objects around the beautiful world to match two of a kind to evolve them into more superior items. So players can fulfill the missions of the townsfolk to unlock more amazing items. So the game includes a town building aspects where players can collect coins and bring the town back to its former beauty. So discovering and upgrading dozens of houses to improve the town beyond their wildest dreams. And as a disclaimer, I'm not, this isn't a paid promotion. This game didn't pay me to talk about this subject. I just find this subject quite interesting, and I think it's a different element to talk about the aspects of ocean life and beach life and the theme that I'm going on for this summer, instead of, talking about the obvious. This gives a nice cherry on the top by talking about something, different elements with the aspects of beach life and how, again, that is impactful to culture. All right, so here we go. So the game includes a town building aspects where players can collect coins and bring the town back to its former beauty. So discovering and upgrading dozens of houses to improve the town beyond their wildest dreams. The game has seen several updates, including updates in December of 2024 and February of 2025, with various producers being updated. As of July of 2025, there has been significant changes, such as the inability to only play with auto producers or to skip producers, and the cost of building have decreased. Travel Town has a power boost toggle, which when turn on mode, which happens when you have the turn on mode there, and it causes all generators to consume twice the energy for a chance to obtain higher level items. So this feature enhances gameplay and monetizational potential. So in the aspects of, it has the options where you can boost the level speed if you toggle that onto. There's a purple button that's in the computer. It's on the lower right part of the game. And then, so if you're at level 1, you only merging items that are lower level. And then it also gives you an incentive. So for instance, if you have collected 800 energy points, you can,
Mommy, I love you.
I love you too, baby. You can boost the level to 16 or so forth, and then you get in the business of being able to merge items very quickly and then fill all the orders, and then really it's all about a service sort of mentality about the game, where you serve all the customers and you fill all their orders and you get points from that and so forth. And of course, which is how it goes, the name of the game, it helps to, pay if you want to for certain things in order to progress further and further into the game. But I digress on that. All right, so Travel Down has a power boost toggle, as I was saying. So the game also has a lean but effective narrative focusing on merging items to help people restore the town, with an additional content of restoring the town completing the narrative beat as players spend resources and gain to build and upgrade the meta. So the game is available on app stores and has received a high rating with a aggregative rating.
Hotel today.
No, that's tomorrow, okay? Shh. Okay. No, let mama finish, baby. Not today, okay? Shh. Let me finish. Shh. Hush. Shh. Let me just finish. Okay? 4.8 based on 136,818 reviews. It is developed by Moon Active and is compatible with iOS S and 13.0 or later, supporting phone, iPad, and iPod Touch. The game contains in-game purchases, including randomized items, and offers support through in-game settings and a dedicated support website. All right, so this reaches the end of the Hovering Night. I'd like to know what you all think. Feel free to reach out to me, give me feedback, and again, the sources will be provided for you in this episode. Tune in, turn up, and definitely take care. Bye-bye for now.
Mommy, Piper scratched me.